Hi guys, today we are going to look at how we could use pivot tables in 2 steps to get data that is otherwise quite complicated to get out. The material we have is a list of 77,000 dog races, and each dog could have competed multiple times. We know things about each dog in each race, but we don't know how many individual dogs there are. But the task to accomplish today is to find out which 10 breeds are the most common in the competition. How to solve this is to create a pivot table, alter the pivot table into classic mode, remove all sums, alter how the pivot is presented, and then copy the data into a new sheet and create a second pivot table to get the correct information that we want. So here I have my 77,000 long list of dog races. I have the date, the dog name, the registration number, owner, city, breed, results, and where the competition took place. But as you see here, Bella competed twice at New York this day, and she could have competed many times during the time. So I cannot just count the amount of those that have Cocker Spaniels. I have to find out how many different Cocker Spaniels there are. And to do this, I will start by inserting a pivot table. It has chosen the correct part here automatically, and I will insert it into a new worksheet. That's great. And I'll change the name of this one, list of dogs, because that is what we want to create. And here I click inside my pivot table, and here I will first take breed into the rows section. Then I will take the dog name and the owner's city. And at the end, I will take my registration number. As you see, this is not a very good looking table. It's very difficult. I probably only have I do have only have one dog one time, but this is not yet a table. So we have to change it into a table. And by that, I'm clicking somewhere in the pivot, right click, pivot table options. And under display, I click in classic pivot table layout. Now, at least I have my 4 columns, which I want to have. So that's a good start, but you see there is a lot of empty space. The reason for that is because when the Affenpinscher is there several times, it will not show on those rows. So first I have to remove the subtotals for breed. Here I right click again, remove the subtotals for dog name, click here, remove the subtotals for owner city. And here I don't think I have, I have subtotals for reg number as well. So now you see this is looking more and more as a table, which is the one I want. But still, you have a lot of empty space here, and that's because it's not repeating itself. So in this column, I right-click and choose Field Settings, and under Layout and Print, repeat item labels, like that. Now, it's all filled in. But I guess I have the same problem here. Yes, Hilja is more than one time. There's one Hilja in Baltimore and one in Seattle. So we make sure we make this a complete table. We have to do the same thing. We take field settings and layout and print, repeat item labels. And we do the same thing in owner city, because that could be the same as well. Repeat. So now I would say that we have a list with all the dogs, and one dog is only there once, and we have all the data about the breed, the dog name, and the owner city. But it's a quite strange order. So actually I will put reg owner first. So now we have a list of all the dogs with the reg number, the breed. Maybe we should take the name like that. That's more okay, I would say. But this is the data we need to understand how many Australian stock dogs are there compared to other breeds and so on. So I click somewhere in this one, and I click on the keyboard, Control A. I mark everything. Control C. I copy everything. I create a new sheet and paste my data. I call this sheet, rename all dogs, and I'll just make a table out of it. Looks so much better than I have headers. Yes. So now I've taken it out of the pivot table. So now I have a table of all the dogs, a normal table, which means that I now could make a new pivot table from this information. So I click here, insert, pivot table. It marks the correct table, and I want it on a new worksheet like that. I go into here, and then I'll choose breed for rows. So now I will get all the different breeds that are on any dogs. And now I could take reg number, because I know one reg number only exists once in the list I use now, which means that if I do like that, it will count all the reg numbers. So here I would know that I have 119 Australian Kelpies. They have probably competed much more times than 119 in total, but there are 119 different dogs. That I know. Then I want to have a list of which ones are the most common, which was the original task for me. Then I'll just right-click in this column, sort, largest to smallest. So here I will know that Border Collie is the most common breed in this competition. Then Shetland Sheepdog, Cocker Spaniel, Poodle, Miniature, American Shepherd, Australian Kelpie, yeah, I was on top 6 at least, and so on. So here I have my top 10. This was the task. So out of 77,000 records, I draw out my task, finding out the 10 most common breeds in quite few steps by using pivot tables in 2 steps.